guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our test account, and that is right, the crossover has begun. We have our new heroes up. So we just checked out Rimuru in the last video, and now we are looking at Shuna. And of course, just like we thought, intelligence-based, it is a support hero, which is going to be awesome. And crazy enough, it is a buffer. So we know Rimuru was kind of a buffer as well. And the Miko Princess Shuna is going to be a buffer as a support hero, where we know Rimuru was a mage. So guys, let's run through these skills and abilities, see exactly what this hero is all about. And look at this. At the start of battle, she puts her palms together and applies 1 stack of magic override on all enemies. So that is going to be on everyone. This effect does not consume energy. She has an ultimate ability that doesn't consume energy. When an enemy hero casts an ultimate for the first time, the magic override is consumed and their ultimate is canceled. Wow, that is broken right off the bat. The passive ability does not gain energy. Instead, the energy she receives is converted into an equal amount of magical elements. When she casts another skill, she uses 200 magical element points to grant allied heroes 1 stack of Sorcery's Blessing effect. When an allied hero receives damage or health loss equal to 15% of the health, or suffers a control effect, so that crowd control effect in there, 1 stack of Sorcerer's Blessing will be consumed to offset the damage or the control effect. So she can give you an immunity to crowd control. Each hero can receive 7 stacks of Sorcery's Blessing or Sorcerer's Blessing. Wow, they cannot be dispelled. That is right. You can have 7 stacks of damage mitigation or control. This is going to cancel crowd control in its entirety. The amount of magical elements spent for granting a Sorcerer's Blessing reduced to an allied hero is reduced to 100. And then energy recovery rate is increased by 30 for the entire battle. That is pretty impressive. Magical Spear. So she casts a magical spear around herself that lasts for 5 seconds. Each enemy hero within the sphere range have their magic efficiency reduced by 60 and take damage equal to 300% of her attack rating. Meanwhile, she grants up to 4 stacks of Sorcerer's Blessing to the nearest allied hero who does not possess the maximum amount of Sorcerer's Blessing. So it seems like this is going to be up all the time. Duration of the spear goes to 7. Then the healing of allied heroes within the sphere go to 50. And she grants herself 1 stack of Sorcerer's Blessing that does not consume magical elements. So she is going to get a buff right there. Culinary talent. She prepares 3 dishes, distributing them to 3 allied heroes with the lowest health percentage and granting them up to 3 stacks of the Sorcerer's Blessing. Each dish heals the allied hero for 150% of the attack rating. Then, of course, the amount goes to 200. 4 dishes right there. In the engraving, damage taken by allies heroes who receive a dish is reduced by 50%. Wow. She is going to be a serious buffer in here, guys. Then, Counterspell. She observes changes in surrounding magic elements, casting a counterspell on herself for 5 seconds while granting up to 3 stacks of the Sorcerer's Blessing to the allied hero who suffered the highest damage and does not possess the maximum amount of Sorcerer's Blessing. During this time, Shuna is immune to control effects from enemies, and the enemy that casts control effects on her have a 50% chance of being inflicted with the same effect. So it can literally just bounce back to the target. For enemies who have inflicted control effects on Shuna, the probability of receiving them is increased to 80%. Counterspell goes to 7 seconds. Every 2 times a counterspell effect is triggered during counterspell, she receives 20 insight. So pretty much you cannot crowd control her and you cannot control the team that she is on. That again is pretty impressive. Now the signature item, the Scarlet Jade Hair Tie. So whenever an allied hero Sorcerer Blessing effect is consumed, she recovers 50 magical elements. Wow, so anytime they lose the Sorcerer's Blessing, she is going to get magical elements back. Whenever an allied hero Sorcery Blessing is consumed, she gets 80. When an allied hero possesses Sorcery Blessing, their attack rating is increased by 35%. The attack rating goes up by 55%, guys, at a plus 30. After Shuna has cast Sorcerer's Blessing 4 times, cumulative on allied targets, no magical elements will be spent the next time she casts it. 40 is pretty good, PvP definitely, but look at the 55% attack rating buff. That is pretty impressive. For each allied hero within the range of magical sphere, the healing is increased to 25. Each time she heals or grants Sorcering Blessing to an ally 2 times Cumulative, most of the hero's debuffs are additionally dispelled. So she is going to dispel the debuffs on there as well. Wow. That is pretty impressive, to say the least, when it comes to a hero. All right, so let's see what she looks like in here. All right, so backline. So she comes into battle. There we go. So she casts the ability off the bat. You can see kind of the, almost like a flower aura. There's, I believe, the dish that she just threw out. I want to see what this ultimate looks like. And it seems like she just, there we go. So yeah, there's the dish. Got some energy. Let's see the ult again. And I don't think she does it. I think it's just the passive ult. And I'm surprised there's no counters on here for any of this. Yeah, so she is just going to stay stationary, guys. And look at the magical points back here. And look at the aura. You can see the aura kind of around her. Wow, that is pretty interesting. Let's see what she can do in here. So who do we got? We got, it looks like the same heroes that we had in the last battle. Trying to think some of the support heroes. Let's just try. That's a pretty crappy lineup they gave us right there. So she comes out, boom. There's the ultimate, and you can see around her. Yeah, so she just shuts down control effects in their entirety. Yeah, look at that, guys. Absolutely no damage in there. But that's okay, because as a buffer, again, when you think of the hero and think of the damage buffer that she is going to be, that she does throw out here with a 55% increase, that is very impressive. Let's go ahead and throw in, and even here we really don't have many damage dealers. Kind of a weird combination of what they put in here, and of course who we're fighting as well. Yeah, it's got the buffs again. I wish they would there goes the food. So yeah, when it comes to crowd control, there's nothing you can really do. That is crazy. And again, she has that little aura, so putting her probably in that back metal is going to make a big difference to aura the front line, or depending on where the heroes are. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Sonya is #1 in there for the damage. But all right, guys, so that is going to do it for our second dimensional hero, Shuna. Talk about a pretty impressive support buffer. That is a huge buff that's going to be coming out there. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.